and I think and I hope, borderline pray, that there's a great story developing out at Broncos training camp.
Yeah.
With the quarterback battle. And, you and I were out there damn near every single day, and we're watching this race unfold. And it's a long-distance race. It's not one of these sprints.
It is.
And I'm just so thankful that I can, on a day like today or Friday or Thursday or Wednesday, come in here with an optimistic attitude about the Broncos' first-round pick at that quarterback position. And we react to what we see. So if it's bad, we're going to tell you it's bad.
We have to.
But when it's good, we're going to tell you it's good. And I think we're seeing some good things happening out there.
We really are, Zach. I mean, Bo Nix specifically, he's just getting better every day. He's making the right plays, all right? He has some zip to his ball. He seems confident. He's getting in and out of the huddle, and it's not always just with the ones. Okay, there's times where he's hitting his rookie receivers, his partners in crime. That's what I like to call them when you're rookies together. And it just seems like he's starting to understand who he is and what he can bring to the table. But I have a question for that.
Yeah.
And my biggest question is, right, is it fool's gold? Right? At some point, it's like, wow, everything we're seeing from Bo Nix seems perfect, too perfect. Okay, when you turn the channel and you're saying, Caleb Williams is struggling today, Jaden Daniels is struggling today, J.J. McCarthy doesn't look like number one or first-round draft quarterbacks because they're throwing interceptions, and then we turn and it's, Bo Nix only has one interception.
In 10 days.
In 10 days, right? But also he's not getting a lot of reps. Like, what's true and what's not? And is it fool's gold to us where it's like, they're giving us just enough for us to get excited, but not enough to kind of start to see the tendencies, the negative tendencies of what Bo Nix brings to the table. Because you have to have it all, right? The good, the bad, the ugly, you have to have it all. And if you're okay with the ugly with Bo Nix, and you're okay with the good, and you're okay with the just the straight bad, like, that's when you know that you're okay with your quarterback. But if all you see is good,
right?
All you see is good. When you finally see the ugly, it's a shock. And then it's like, okay, where really is he at? And for Sean, it's like, have you been hiding this?
You know what? It's a really, really good question of, is this too good to be true? Is it too good to be true? And it's almost one of these things, like I'm listening to us have this conversation almost like I'm like outside of my body, and I'm like watching these two guys almost we're playing devil's advocate. So we're looking at we're flipping it and trying to ask a different question, but I'm watching us have the conversation from this out-of-body experience of like, these two guys are loving what they're seeing, and it's almost like they're questioning.
Like, it's not like it seems like we don't want to see it or we don't believe it.
Yeah, it's almost like it's too good to be true.
Yeah.
Bo is playing great. He's taking strides every single day, and it feels like he is either even or beat Stidham for now like 5 consecutive days, and this is what we had hoped to see. But the question is fair because, Phil, 1 pick in 10 days of practice, that's unusual for a rookie, first and foremost. I'm used to seeing the defense hooting and hollering and taking the ball the other way. And
we haven't seen that a lot.
No, we haven't. And really, from any of the quarterbacks, we're not seeing these quarterbacks throw picks.
Has Jarrett Stidham even thrown a pick?
I can't remember one. Not in team. Not in team. I'm not counting 1-on-1 or 7-on-7.
Let's just stick to team.
Yeah, team period. But also, you're asking a great question, hyper relevant, about the amount of reps. And this is what we were starting to talk about last week of like, is this a healthy amount of reps for a guy in Stidham or Bo? Because it's going to be one of those two who start. It's like, do we need to see the sample size increase to see some of the warts that we're just not seeing out there right now?
I think we do. I think in the next 2 days, and you said Wednesday's going to be a big day.
Yep,
because it's third down day.
Yep.
But tomorrow is going to be padded. It's going to be physical. It's red zone, which is hard to score touchdowns, in. I think this is when somebody has to separate themselves, but you have to give them the opportunity. And I think when I say give them, it's like, okay, Zach Wilson, enough's enough. It's Jarrett Stidham and Bo Nix, and you guys go after it, right? Sometimes you should see Jarrett Stidham with the ones, and sometimes you should see Bo Nix with the ones, and let them duke it out. And then we will see, like, we'll have a better sample, within Tuesday and Wednesday if they do something like that. And then say, hey, we got Tuesday, Wednesday over with. Now we kind of see where we're at with things. Now let's go into the preseason game, and now this is when you start to really evaluate who you have on this team.
Yeah. How How many? We watched every throw today, and I didn't go through and count. How many team reps do you think we saw of Bo throwing the football or Stidham? I'd say 7, 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8. I was gonna put 8, maybe 9, maybe.
It's not a lot.
No, it's not. Not when you have to go through a whole 60-minute football game.
Right. And these guys on a game day are going to throw the ball. If you're running it a lot, you're still going to see 25 passes.
Yeah.
So that is one, I think, fair criticism of, okay, like Zach Wilson doesn't need to get the same amount of reps as these other two. Let's lower his rep count. And this is a conversation we started last week, is like, let's lower his rep count, ratchet it up for Stidham and Bo. And just for more of an evaluation, because right now it's good, it's solid, but it is unusual that you can go 10 straight practices and certain guys not throw an interception or just one.
Like even today, right? Watching practice today for Bo Nix, it seemed like it was way too easy for it to just be a day 10 practice, okay? And you're battling against each other. It's like the middle of the field's wide open.
It was.
A couple times.
It was,
and it's like, yo, what's going on?
Now he's taking advantage of it,
and he's
which you love to see.
Great. He's seeing it.
Yeah.
And this is when I ask, okay, when you're sitting here and you're divvying up these plays, okay, and a script, okay, what's real and what's not for the quarterback? Are you scripting a play for a quarterback to be successful, or are you scripting against the quarterback?
Right.
And today, at times, it seemed like they were scripting for the quarterback to be successful and say, okay, can you make the first read? Can you make the read that matters the most? All right, cool, you can do that. Now, tomorrow may be different. Like maybe we're scripting against the quarterbacks, and it's going towards the defense. What do you do under pressure? What do you do, okay, when your first read's not there, your second read's not there? Do you hit your third? Do you get out? Like, they want to see things like that. And we're only going to be able to see it truly when bullets are flying in these preseason games, where now a quarterback can get hit. And if the quarterback gets hit 2 or 3 times, how do they start to react? Do they stick in the pocket? Okay, do they still have that same confidence, or do they start getting happy feet? Do they start throwing the ball away? Do they start throwing it to the other team because they're flustered?
Yeah.
These are things that we have yet to see Bo Nix have to go through, even in camp, where it's like, it's been stressful for Bo. It hasn't seemed like it's been that stressful for Bo.
It's. I find this fascinating. I really do, because you're seeing what you would want to see from a first-round quarterback. You just don't know how organic it is, right? And it's like you go to the grocery store, and if you showed me 2 bananas, they look the same. They might taste the same, but no, this one's $1 more.
Yeah.
It's over there. It's in the organic section. This one is, this is made of microchips.
Yeah.
and you don't know the source of it. That's what I think we're trying to say, is like, we're seeing what we want to see, but we don't know how genuine the source is. Are they scheming it up for him? Because, man, this dude, let's just say it's 100% farm to table organic.
It's just him.
This is just this guy. I'm like, oh my God. Have the Broncos done it? Have they found their franchise quarterback?
Yes, and I hope so.
Yeah, hell
I'm
yeah.
praying.
Of
Pray
course.
for the football guys.
Yes.
Like, finally, we got our guy. And Sean is just this genius. All right? But this is football, and I've been around for a very long time, and I've played in the NFL, okay, with a couple really good quarterbacks, and they still mess up. Matt Ryan used to mess up so much in practice at times. But then when we got to the games, he was on, right? 2-minute drill was flawless, phenomenal. But you need to go through the bad times. I want to see what Bo Nix looks like when he throws 3 interceptions, okay, and doesn't look good 2 days in a row.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, does he turn it back around and start to just kind of pour it on? And yeah, you want to see consistency, but you want to see organically it happen.
Yes.
And not kind of like, all right, Sean's forcing it to look a certain way and it looks great.
Yeah, are you fixing it?
Yeah.
Are you fixing it?
And maybe we sound like haters. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. But it's like, what?
I think it's reasonable questions to ask, because we're relaying the information of how good it looks.
Yeah.
Bo looks good.
Believe.
Believe it. The dude looks good, man.
Do you believe?
And I'll tell you what, his on-field chemistry with Courtland Sutton in the last couple days, Thursday, maybe Friday, Saturday, today, we talked about him putting the ball where only Courtland could catch it on the right sideline last week in between the safety and the DB. You're seeing today multiple strikes, chunk plays. down the middle of the field to Sutton. If this thing is on the up and up and not being schemed up for Bo to have success, it's got me. I'm looking at it positively anyway, because even if you're scheming it up, you still have to go out there and do it.
Yeah, you got to execute the play. But on the other side, right, Jarrett Stidham. It's not like he's losing the job. It's not like he's done anything to lose the job.
Nope.
He hasn't thrown a lot of interceptions. He's made some good plays. He's made some good throws. Okay, he's doing the little things right as well. And that's kind of when I'm like, okay, y'all, 2 quarterbacks, all right, that have not played a lot of football in the NFL, and they're just sitting here doing everything right.
Right.
Like, and everything is just like, oh, they're just putting in on the money, and oh, the middle of the field's wide open.
It's fair to ask the questions.
There's some times where Russell could have hit the middle of that field. How open it was. If Russell could have hit the middle, I think I could have went there and hit a couple of those middle of the field throws. It was open a couple times.
We'll get to Russ. We'll get to old Russ.
All right, if Russ can't hit some of those middle throws we've seen today.
No,
You're right.
No.
You're right. He doesn't need to play no more.
Yeah. So I think it's fair. It's fair to question.
Just question right now.
To question.
And preseason is gonna come here soon, and we're gonna have all our answers, our questions answered.
See, that's the thing, because they're gonna kick the ball off, and you're gonna play a live defense, whose guys' lives are on the line over there too, and those guys are on scholarship too. The old phrase. So
no scripts.
You're gonna play the Colts. You're gonna play them in Indianapolis, and I'll tell you this: if this weekend, if it looks like Bo Nix has 2 left feet. And I'm not expecting that.
But it could happen. He's a rookie.
He's a rookie in his first NFL semblance of a game. But if it looks like a huge departure from what we're seeing, I think the question that we're asking right now, the volume will get turned up on it just a little bit. Of like, man, how could it look so good for 5 straight days, and then it doesn't look like you could chew gum and walk on a Sunday?
If that is the case, then, Zach, you're right. We did all the quarterbacks a disservice by not giving them enough reps. Not giving them enough time in there to mess up, to correct things, because they're only throwing 8 times in one day for a 2.5-hour practice. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And out of those 8, 7 of them are completions. Like,
right.
Come on.
Right. No. It's
like, what are we doing here?
And that's why it does feel weird. And like, it's like we're so used to seeing how bad it is. It almost feels like
it's too good to be true.
Yeah, it's like if you hit a dog every single day, you do that for 10 straight days, and on the 11th day you just move your hands to sneeze, the dog might flinch.
Or he might be aggressive and bite you.
Well, like if you're used to getting hit,
yeah,
and then it doesn't happen to you, you're like.
Well, that's how Stoke had you at one point when we first started this show. Every time I went to race to drink my water, used to
cover up.
Yeah,
it's a turtle.
What does Stoke do to you?
No, but it's like, and then you're like, wait, not getting hit here. It's the second day in a row. It's like, why am I getting? This is Broncos country. They've started more quarterbacks in Denver than any other team, and this one looks like he's a freaking franchise blue chip 5-star QB walking.
I mean, look, Bo Nix today got out the pocket.
Yes.
All right. Stayed downfield. His eyes stayed downfield, and he hit Lil Jordan Humphrey for
correct.
What, 10 yards?
Yeah, something like that.
It looks like a small play, but no, those are big time plays. Those are plays that someone like Drew Brees was making, and Bo Nix is doing that because of the confidence is there. But then what is real and what's not?
Right.
And also it's like, okay, defense. Are you guys as good as we think you're going to be? When they go up against somebody else, all right, that has all pro corners, or someone like Justin Simmons sitting back there, does it look different? Does it look? That's why some of these corners and safeties are getting paid the big bucks. They know how to disguise things. Yeah. It's just a different level of play than what you are in practice.
Sure. Yeah, but I'll say this too.
Yeah,
we're a decent chunk into the summer.
We are.
All right, it's August. There's a preseason game this week. We're in the double-digit days of camp. You're not ramping up to like be in pads. Like we're this is it. We're watching it. From a Bo Nix standpoint, I don't know. From what we know, we don't know what the coaches have going in the underbelly of practice. We don't know.
We see.
From what we see. I don't know what else we would want to see from Bo Nix in the first 10 days of camp. He's not going to go out there and be Mahomes. He's not Joe Montana.
No.
But for our expectations coming in and all the stuff that you were hoping to see, you personally, getting in and out of the huddle, relaying the play from the sideline to his team.
Rhythm.
Yes.
We're seeing it.
We're seeing it.
We really are. Bo Nix is sitting in the pocket, throwing dimes, all right, connecting with Cortland Sutton, connecting with Josh Reynolds. All right, he's doing the things that we all want to see done. But, Zach, like I said, when I played this game, and man, it's hard to get down the middle of the field. And some of these plays, it seems like why – and maybe Bo is just that good, you know, and maybe the schemes are just that good.
Yeah.
You know, and now we're starting to see Sean Payton's creativity.
His genius on display.
Which at times you're going to see in games. It happens. You get open in the middle field.
Sure,
you know,
sure,
it is what it is.
Sure.
But pressure being put on you, you know, certain things like that we haven't seen yet, I'm excited to see. And if Bo can do that, buckle up.
Yeah.
Let's Bo.
And that's why, like, man, these preseason games, like,
oh, they're important.
They're so important. And you still believe that Stidham is going to be the starter this coming weekend, right?
Yeah, Jarrett Stidham has not done anything to lose the opportunity to start a preseason game.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, if Jarrett Stidham gets into a preseason game, has 2 interceptions, does not look good, it's Bo's job. It's over. But if Jarrett Stidham goes in there, okay, the first game, and lights it up.
Yep.
All right, which it could happen.
It
just like Bo.
absolutely could happen.
Then what happens, Zach? Then what happens?
What does Bo do? Bo struggles?
It's a testament. Well, yeah, Bo, for Bo, he has an average game, right? Average rookie game.
Sure.
You know,
okay. No touchdowns, no picks, 70 yards.
Yeah.
Man,
a lot of dump downs.
Yeah. It would circle back to the question that I asked Sean last week, which he didn't really answer. He misinterpreted my question and said the starters are going to play, which I knew anyway. I guessed anyway because that's what you did last year. It was how much are those preseason games worth as opposed to these practices.
Yeah.
So if Bo is winning in practice every day, which he's either been winning or ahead for 5 straight days, which is awesome.
Yeah, he's starting to turn it on.
But if he goes out there and struggles in his first ever NFL contest and Stidham's say a 7 out of 10 and Bo's a 5 out of 10, what does that mean for the last 5 days? What is the weight on the scale here of the summer, and how much is the training camp practice weight worth as you put it on the bar? Is that like a 2.5 pound weight?
Yeah.
Is it a 5 pound weight? Because a preseason game, I think, would feel like a 25 pound weight. I don't know, Ed, but I'm not a football coach.
And on top of that, Zach, the confidence that his teammates are building around Bo right now, when everybody's asking about Bo and they're saying, hey, he's mature and he's doing this, and all of a sudden he gets into a game and he doesn't do well, all of a sudden your teammates start looking around like, hey, like, and Jarrett Stidham did good. They're going to start to flock back to Jarrett Stidham, right? You flock back to your leader, the quarterback, whoever's doing well, because you want to win games. And so now all of a sudden, Jarrett Stidham starts to win back the locker room because of his play, because it's not just about talking. But if Bo can go out there and execute and do the things he's doing in practice and bring it to the field on preseason, woo, he'll have all his teammates aboard.
Yeah.
And then that's when Bo Nix will be the starting quarterback.